If you want to create an assignment, you can do so using the assignments link in the nav bar. Click on the assignments link and it will bring you to a page where it shows all the assignments that have already been created in the course. I only have one sample one here, but we'll create a new one by selecting New Assignment. When we load this page, it's going to ask us for an assignment title and then a few other different details. So we'll give this assignment a name. We'll call it Assignment 2. And we can either choose that it's ungraded, or if we select where it said ungraded, we can give it a score out of a certain number of points. So in this case, we'll say 10. We can load this into the gradebook if you want, or we can just reset it from ungraded. And again, it won't be graded, but you can still get in there and see all of the assignment details, and you'll be able to give feedback for it. So graded or ungraded. I'll leave this as a graded one. You can also provide a due date for this if you want. Select due date and then give a certain date and time at which it's due. You can provide instructions to students. So these are the instructions. And if you have a file that you want them to download and work on for that assignment, you can load those up right through here. So you can select File Upload, and then this would be loading in a file that they would have to download. Or you can upload something from a link or from OneDrive. You can also record an audio instruction or a video instruction to give to your students for this assignment. If I select Record Video, notice I can select New Recording, and it's going to record everything I say and everything I do, and I can add that in. Now, again, this is just going to be for your description for your students, so they can view that based on what the assignment is. And perhaps that might be explaining some of your expectations for them. So you can do that with audio or video. Now, that's the stuff that the students will need to see, but then these three options over here allow you to kind of further change the settings on the experience you want. So for example, if you want a start date or an end date, which means that students won't be able to see the assignment before or after these days, you can put those start dates and end dates in. If you go to submission and completion, let me just close this one up. Submission and completion, you can look and choose these a little bit more. So you can look at unlimited files that are allowed to be attached whenever they submit, or if it's just one file. So if I want everything in one document versus if they can upload 3 or 4 documents. And then if you're going to allow them to submit more than one time, you can say only one submission is allowed, or all of them are going to be kept, or only the most recent is kept. So it's usually defaulted to unlimited, and all submissions are kept. But you can choose if those are okay for you or if you'd like to change them. Next thing you can do is evaluation and feedback. If you have a rubric, you can add your rubric right here. And if there's no rubrics that you have, you can create one directly inside of this window. So you can go in, create your rubric, and then publish it, and it will attach directly in here. And then you can also, I would leave this checked off. It's to make the annotation tools available for assessment. So when you have, when students submit a document, I'm going to show you that you can actually mark up their document or leave notes directly on it. Okay, notice here visibility at the bottom. This right now is hidden. If we check that off, it will now be visible for the student, and I can select Save and Close. Now this will bring me back to my assignments page where I can now see assignment 1 and assignment 2. The assignment 2 is the one that I just created with the due date, and students would be able to see those if they clicked on assignments. Now I do see a new submission inside for assignment 1, so let's go in and look at that. I can select assignment 1, and you'll see Peter Parker has submitted some form of a document here. I can either click directly on the document itself, or I can just come over here and click Evaluate. This is going to open up the evaluation section where I can look and see assignment information if I'd like to. I can look at the due dates and things like that. If there is a rubric attached, I can see them here. I can see the score and give it a score out of whatever I'd like. And then I can provide feedback in this window here. But I haven't seen the document yet. So what I'm going to do is just click on the document itself, and it should load up into this space, and I'll be able to view it directly in here. I do not have to download it. And this is actually a pretty large file, so it might take a little bit to load up, but there we go. It's starting to load in. And you can see, yeah, 23-page document loaded in that quickly. This is one about D2L support. So you essentially can view this through here, but then you also have all of these annotation tools available. So if you'd like to write on something, you can come in here, select the pen icon, and circle this. If you don't want the pen icon, you can choose a text highlighter. So you can just highlight this. Oh, it's not highlighting what I wanted it to. I can highlight the text there, or if I want to do a free form highlighter, I can highlight in like this. And if I want to erase all of it, select the eraser, and I can erase any of the written stuff that's in there. Okay, the other thing that I can do is I can load, or I can add in these notes. So I can select the icon that the note would be. So if it's something like, you need a new space or something like this, I can select the check mark, put it inside here, and then type, "This was great work." And it will hide it until you hover over top of that, and the students will get the exact same experience inside here. So they'll be able to see everything that you've annotated. You can also put in text boxes inside right on the document. But again, these are going to be in line with the document, and it will save that as a brand new file. You can also provide feedback inside here. So this would be written feedback or typed feedback. You can also record audio or record video. If I want to record audio, press the record audio button, and I'm going to select new recording. And I have up to 6 minutes to record audio and that give feedback and whatever I want to the students for next steps. Select stop recording, and then I can click add. And just add again. You can give it a title or description if you'd like, and that file just attaches directly inside there. When I'm done, I can either save it as a draft if I'm not fully done on this, or I can publish this, and then I can, once it's published, the student would be able to go back in and view that feedback. Okay, so if I now go back to submissions, then you'll notice here that this feedback for this student has been published. And when the student would go in, I'm actually going to go in and impersonate this student. So when the student goes in to their assignments, they would end up seeing that they have this assignment here, this assignment here where there's feedback. They got 9 out of 10 and they got unread feedback. So they can click on the unread feedback and they can see the attached file. That would be the audio recording. This would be the written feedback that they got, their mark. They could play the audio feedback, and then they could also go look at view inline feedback, which would be the document that they had submitted, but with all of the inline annotations. So if we find that page, I think it was probably this one, you can see all the different things. When they hover over it, they get the notes as well. So that is essentially the assignments tool and how you can use the evaluation feature in there with the annotations. So you can create assignments, students can submit to those assignments, and then you can go in and evaluate them once they've been submitted.